unconscious or spiritual reason one might be holding on to excess weight. First of all, let's say that weight in itself is not a bad thing and does not mean anything in particular, especially if someone doesn't have an issue with it. However, if it is a problem, if it's getting in the way you want to live your life, it could be two things: a tool for compensating or fixing a reality based on a flawed belief about the self, or an unintended consequence of a deeper disconnect that isn't about weight at all, but in which body becomes collateral damage. Hi, my name is Anya, and this is my book. I'm creator of a groundbreaking process called identity work that is designed to get to the beliefs, the core beliefs that create that imbalance and disconnect that we have to then fix. My book is available here on TikTok Shop. Let's dive into weight as a tool of identity. Some people use weight as a kind of a buffer between themselves and the world. Perhaps they buy into a belief that they are vulnerable and the world is a dangerous place and they need that extra fence, extra protection. Or an inverse could be true. They could believe that they are bad and the world needs to be protected from them. Weight is kind of a buffer and a disguise and a cover. Don't look at me, I'm bad, there's something wrong with me. Another example of weight being used as a tool for identity's agenda is someone growing up in an environment full of judgment and conditions around who deserves love and how they're supposed to look like and what they're supposed to have accomplished. This kind of person may take on a belief that they're either ugly and unacceptable, or they might think that if someone does love me, someone does like me for who I am, it's fake, it's not real. It's an interesting thing that certain qualities of our life that we consider attractive, like a healthy body or a good hygiene or success, there might be nothing wrong with them. But the fact that they were used as a condition for somebody to be loved for who they are makes them suspect, makes them something a person avoids instead of aspires to. So this kind of person will refuse to play to the conditions of their old world, however projecting that feeling of the old world, of their past, onto their reality now. And they will be constantly setting up challenges for people to love them, not because they're trying to be difficult, but because they're trying to prove to themselves that the love is real, that they can trust it. Deep down, they want to know that the love is based on who they are and not on their looks or not on their achievements, and sometimes not even on their behavior. This sort of thinking has good intentions, of course, but it is ultimately working against the person themselves and creates confusion for people that love them. And you can definitely do identity work to find if there's anything in your consciousness that keeps you in that type of a loop. And as far as unintended consequences that include extra weight, this is pretty straightforward. It could be like liver damage that is an unintended consequence of alcohol abuse. Extra weight could be an unintended consequence of living in the feeling, in the anxiety of identity and using food to ground yourself or to soothe yourself. One of those feelings could be the feeling or a belief that you have to control something that you cannot control and you're being held responsible for it, or constantly feeling out of control. So food becomes the next best thing, that feeling of grounded and calm that is actually part of your true nature, that you don't have to borrow from the environment and at the same time adding extra pounds to your body. Example of something leading to an unintended consequence is beliefs about being seen or getting help from the outside, feeling like you have to do everything by yourself. Sometimes we resist reaching out to those people who can help us, professionals, coaches, doctors that could find what it is in our body isn't working right? Why is our body accumulating more weight than it is healthy? We don't do that because we believe we must do everything on our own. And if we have to ask for help, it means something bad about us. Whether your consciousness is using weight directly as a tool to fix your reality, or it's an unintended consequence of an imbalanced world you live in, you can do identity work and figure out what is going on in your world. The book is both theory, practice, and guidance, and is available here on TikTok Shop. Just click on the orange card below.